top 5 questions asked when selling a trust and probate house in San Diego. Having worked in the San Diego probate and trust real estate market for over 20 years, I have found that there are some questions that trustees, executors, and administrators ask time and time again. So if you're a trustee, executor, or administrator, you'll likely have some of these same burning questions that you would like accurate answers to. And here are my top 5. And before that, I'm Kim Ward. Welcome back to my channel. I am a real estate broker in the San Diego, California area, and I'm an expert at helping executors, administrators, and trustees with homes in probate or a trust. So let's get started. Question number 1, should I make repairs to the property that's in the trust or a probate prior to selling it? The answer is, well, maybe. Every estate property is distinctive in too many ways to simply give a cookie cutter answer to this question. Some of the variables that have most influence on this question include how liquid is the estate. If the monetary value of the estate is all wrapped up in the house, then it may not be wise to postpone the sale for repairs. On the other hand, if there are a great deal of liquid assets, money that's accessible in accounts somewhere, it may increase the San Diego estate property value to complete cost-effective repairs. And that's what I believe in, cost-effective repairs. What is the state of the market? When in a buyer's market, it may be necessary to apply more money towards completing cost-effective repairs before selling. When we're in a seller's market, like we are right now, you may allow for more competition looking to buy the property in less than perfect condition. And that could allow for a speedy sale with a high sales price. How good or bad is the condition of the estate property? Is it a super fixer or is it a cosmetic fixer? Does it need some minor repairs? Well, minor repairs are often needed for safety when selling a property using FHA and VA loans. However, if these repairs are extensive, it is simply more logical to just sell the property to a conventional or a cash buyer. This way you can avoid having to make all those repairs at all. So every piece of property is technically sold as is in California, but the California Association of Realtors, in that purchase agreement, it defaults to every purchase as is. Once a buyer of a San Diego estate property completes their inspections, though, experience shows they submit a California Association of Realtors request for repair document. So your real estate advisor will then help with the negotiations with that request for repair. So I do sometimes recommend that my clients, I call it throwing money at the problem. We negotiate an acceptable price reduction, or most of the time it's money towards the buyer's closing costs. And that money then goes towards their closing costs in lieu of any of the actual repairs. That said, it is sometimes best to offer the estate property upfront completely as is. If the estate property is in a state of disrepair, it can be financially beneficial to simply sell the property as is and avoid the time, the money, the energy of completing any types of repairs. It's important that you know, in most cases of an as-is sale, the estate real estate buyer is an investor that purchases the home with cash. Now to the actual question number 2, what needs to be completed by you, the San Diego trustee, executor, or administrator, to prepare the house for sale? So what I recommend is you find help and you delegate. As the estate representative, it is your responsibility to represent the estate to the best of your ability and to obtain the most money for the beneficiaries. After many years of experience working with hundreds of trustees, executors, and administrators, I've observed that the most efficient way to fulfill your responsibility is simply to get help. There are countless vendors that can be utilized to help make the process simpler on you, and also ensure that the estate property is prepared and sold for top dollar in any market. My team and I, we strive to help our clients each step of the way when selling the property, and from the first initial walkthrough to the estate sale, the repairs, the cleaning, getting professional photographs. The goal is to help you to press the easy button. This is why we have a list of vendors we trust that we share with all of our clients. Question number 3 that is asked by executors, trustees, and administrators is, how do I determine the best list price for the estate property? And my answer is, hire an experienced real estate agent to assess the value of the piece of property. An experienced real estate agent will determine the list price of the estate property by gathering comparable prices from other properties in the area. Then compare those prices to the estate property. It will include in-depth information on recent sales in the area, such as price per square foot, condition of the properties, and the number of days that the property has actually been on the market. So we always take into consideration the information in the analysis. We will be able to determine a list price that is appropriate for the market. And we want to attract the greatest number of qualified buyers and cause the house to sell, but not give away thousands of dollars of the estate's net proceeds. Question number 4. Is the paperwork for the sale of the San Diego estate property different from a traditional real estate transaction? And my answer is yes. In most California real estate transactions, the seller is required to disclose information about the property, such as defects like water intrusion, roof leaks, broken appliances, evidence of any kind of pest infestation, anything that is known by the seller that is a defect of the property. But for San Diego estate properties, this is not necessarily the case because most of the sellers that are trustees, executors, or administrators, they typically have never lived in the property, so they're not aware of the defects. So what that does for you as the estate representative is, my recommendation is always to write anything that you know, share anything that you know with your real estate professional about the property. That way those items can be disclosed to the buyer and that protects you. And in California, the probate and trust sales require special disclosures. They require special listing agreements and special purchase contracts. The California Association of Realtors has forms that are specifically for probate or trust transactions. I'll bet you're figuring out having an experienced real estate consultant, someone who is a certified probate real estate advisor, can help you as the personal representative through the proper completion of all the disclosure documents, as well as the listing and purchase documents. And it's critical to protecting the legal and financial rights of both the estate and you, the personal representative of the estate. And finally, question number 5. How do I choose a San Diego real estate agent to help me prepare, market, and successfully sell the estate property? Well, the answer is do your research. You are free to choose any San Diego, California real estate agent, but it is important to remember that probate and trust real estate sales are complicated legal matters. Most real estate agents are not experienced or well-versed in the probate or trust sale price in California or across the United States. It makes sense to choose someone that is specializing in these types of sales, the probate or trust real estate sale, and who understands the intricacies of pricing, of marketing, knowing how to help you take care of the personal property, just really preparing everything for a successful sale. So I've included in my link down below, there is a link to a list of questions to ask the real estate agents that you are interviewing to help you through this process. So be sure to take advantage of that. And know that your real estate agent will represent your financial and real estate legal interests along with your attorney throughout the transaction, and being able to understand and explain the process is essential. So if you have more questions, please go ahead and post them down below. While you're at it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything, and I'll see you next week.